Nkosazana yokhamba lomsamo. Wena uhlala esenu. Indlu yakho imisiwe. Njengoba abaphilayo bengena ngaphakathi. Wena udala iziqu ezintsha. Kumbe nezithunzi ezihlala lapho kuphuma khona ilanga. Lasentshona. Wena ongena enqabeni yaseyunu. Amukela izipho zakho. Sukuma uhlale esihlalweni sobukhosi. Esimiselwe wena. Amuselele. Nkosazana yendlu yomlilo. Wena umkhulu endaweni yemnikelo. Uvuselela wonke amadlozi ngomphefumulo wakho. Isandla sakho silondoloza umkhumbi wami. Ngosuku lapho ukhuphuka khona ngomfula. Lula isandla sakho Nkosazana. Yalaba ababusisekile yamentethe. Ngizwe wena ofihlekile. Jabulela izipho onikezwa zona. Vuka ngokuthula. Nkosazana enomphefumulo oyiphunga elimnandi. Bonke benza umphahlo ngegama lakho. Usela labo abaphilayo ngamaphiko akho. Amvikelekazi onamaphiko. Ogama elifihlekile. Onesipho singaziwa. Wena unamaphiko azungeze izulu. Amboza nomhlaba. Ivusela ngenjabulo. Iphefumula umoya oqhamuka esandleni sakho esinamaphiko. Wena ubusise womthombo waseyamentethe. Amanzi akho ayaqabula. Anisela amasimu kaGebhi inkosi yomhlaba. Umhlaba omnyama wondliwa ngumphahlo wakho. Uvuselela isipho senkosi yobuhlaza. Ungumfelokazi waloyo khotheme. Isikhalo sakho sivuselela impilo. Kumfowenu omthandayo. Isipho sakho esithandekayo. Siletha isondlo ey'thunzini. Ezweni lamathongo. Ukhalela ngaphakathi. Inkulumo yakho iqotho. uJehuthi uyakuvulela uma ungena endlini yaseYamentet.
uJehuthi uyakuvulela uma ungena endlini yaseYamentet.
Ubhala imikhuleko yakho.
ubhala imikhuleko yakho
Yasekuseni ebhukwini lasezulwini.
yasekuseni ebhukwini lasezulwini.
Nebt.
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 Amsirelezi.
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 Amfikelekazi.
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 Dade waloyo lele.
Dade waloyo lele.
Onomlindelo ongageji.
Onomlindelo ongageji.
Umkhumbi wakho wezulu uma kule ndawo.
Umkhumbi wakho wezulu uma kule ndawo.
Wena mvikeli wophahla lezulu.
Wena mvikeli wophahla lezulu.
Onesixoxo esikhanyisa ubumnyama.
Onesixoxo esikhanyisa ubumnyama.
Uletha ukuthula endaweni yokuzila.
Uletha ukuthula endaweni yokuzila.
Nkosazana yamazwe ezithunzi.
Nkosazana yamazwe ezithunzi.
Ubusiswe kathathu.
Ubusiswe kathathu.
Esigungwini samadlozi.
Esigungwini samadlozi.
Ukuphahla kwakho kuqabula laba bomile.
Ukuphahla kwakho kuqabula laba bomile.
Wena ukhothanyelwa imimoya emine yamagumba amane omhlaba.
Wena ukhothanyelwa imimoya emine yamagumba amane omhlaba.
Igama lakho libusisekile kwabaphilayo.
Igama lakho libusisekile kwabaphilayo.
Wena ushukumisa umphefumulo walowo ongasanyakazi.
Wena ushukumisa umphefumulo walowo ongasanyakazi.
Ungumkhuselikazi wakhe.
Ungumkhuselikazi wakhe.
Uhambisa imifula.
Uhambisa imifula.
Ulondoloze ukugobhoza komfula eHapi.
Ulondoloze ukugobhoza komfula eHapi.
Intshumayelo yakho ivuselela loyo khethiweyo.
Intshumayelo yakho ivuselela loyo khethiweyo.
Amfikelekazi.
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 Amsirelezi.
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 Nebt.
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 Amthethokazi.
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 Mamla.
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 Ama-at.
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 Amweli.
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 Amlomokazi.
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 Ajehud.
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 Ashub.
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 Atefnut.
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 Anut.
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 Aker.
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 Aasa.
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 Aoset.
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 Aset.
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 Aneptet.
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 Anpo.
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 Asakmet.
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 Amtab.
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 Alifat.
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 Heteru.
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 Heru.
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 Kotema tegeni.
Ubano besukufa, ubano besukufa, shoze
Shwalimi jembe ingi kotema tegeni.
ubano besukufa,
Gogoyo.
ubano besukufa, shoze
Shwalimi jembe ingi kotema tegeni.
lingani thina sonke nala and I'll be giving you the topic of today. Today's topic is Nebt and Kemet's African Royal Revolution. The land was taken from our kings and queens, therefore the responsibility to wage the return of the land. Nebt.
Le amogetse mo 897 Piela Street mo Orlando East mo kgorong ya Bokgosi la Eskodweni ka leina ke Neo from the Kingdom of Oset and also representing the Kingdom of Asa. Oset. We are currently in the season of Nebt. This is the 4th season in the African royal calendar cycle. The things that align us with the season of Oset, Inyanga Kwedi is December, Iche Litapa stone is Alabster, Umbala Mala color is blue, Inti BTP metal is silver, Impepo incense is lily of the valley, Amaka scent is lotus, Isihlahla sihlari tree is willow tree, Izilwane dipolokolo animals are tortoise, vulture and dolphin. This is the African royal calendar. This is the book Umkhulu reads from when he does Umphato. Please do get yourself a copy la Eskodweni or on our website. To find and follow us on our social media platforms, you can go on Twitter at GEK_movement, on Instagram at GEK_movement, on Facebook at GEK movement, and the private Facebook group is Bonabakulu Basekemu, on YouTube at Great Empire of Kemet. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe, and please don't skip ads. For those of us who want to donate, the in order for us to have lunch every Sunday and the running of the GEK movement. At the black markets today, we have truth seekers brought to you by Ukeka Tabo from the Kingdom of Jehuti. Ukeka specializes in bags for the current season and seasons to come, the incense for the current season and also other seasons to come. We have the GEK products, we have the African Royal Calendar book, the table calendar, GEK t-shirts, sweaters and hoodies. We have Gokon Kanyezi's products, we have the capsules, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon and garlic. We have blue lotus tea and hibiscus tea. We have Nkanyezi oral cleanser. We have fluoride-free toothpaste, shea butter cream, Ntolwane soap, and other herbs and products. We have Goko Mirela from the Kingdom of Geb with fresh chili, seasonal candles, and snuff. We have Goko Komuto from the Kingdom of Geb with blankets, woodworm, sea moss, senna leaves, sunglasses, t-shirts, alu jam, and many more. We have Booksman brought to you by Udo Vugazikia from the Kingdom of Geb. Booksman, they search, find, deliver. We have Mamfiso's herbal products brought to you by Udo Vugazi Mamfiso from the Kingdom of Nebt. Nebt.
Bazohlala bekhuluma wemame bazohlala bekhuluma wemame wemame
Hand of God. Hand of God. Abafuna ukuhlompa labantu. Athokozeni makhaya. Samukela wonke umuntu okhona abasanda ukufika. Welcome everybody. This is a black home for all Africans. I believe we are visitors. Thokozeni. Mengizwe indlovukazi ukuthi babuya eNamibia. Africa is rising with the right frequency, because you can rise like all politicians have been doing for all these years on the wrong frequency. They will never achieve anything with that frequency. This is why we are here. The topic today is about Nebt. Remember, this is the month of African royalty. What does it mean? This is the month where we strengthen our kings and our royal houses, so that these divine symbols and people are able to lead us with the right frequency. That's why we're calling for the royal revolution, so that Africa can have a long-term solution. This is the time for royals to rise up and take their responsibility. The land was taken from them. So why are they silent? Hey, so what our ancestors used to do during this season, they would go to all these cardinal points, right? Like in Limpopo, for them to go and bath themselves in this royal energy that has been pumped by the sun, so that they are able to plan for Heru. When Heru comes, that is the season where they begin their royal work. So how do you go and initiate your responsibility without you having internalized the energy that emanated from the sun on the 23rd of December? So therefore, ignorance deprives them. That is why we find that they are inactive. Africa will never be liberated by politics or politicians. It's only royals that will be able to finish, because it started with them. There were no political formations at the time. We were ruled by kingdoms. So we are here to make that call to our royals to take their responsibility and liberate the continent. We are excited about what happens in West Africa, but that can't be the end, right? Because that is still a political formation. The power has to go back to royals, and royals give a fresh mandate to politicians on what to do moving forward. So we mustn't think that the successes we have in West Africa, then that is the end of our struggles. No. Because as long as the power resides within the structure of a colonizer, there's always a temptation for the colonizer to come. Do you understand? So the total liberation must be led by our kings and queens, because these are the custodians of the land we call Africa. In that way, we will know good for generations to come, Africa will never find itself in the same position again. No temptation of corruption. Because how do you deceive your own family? When I'm ruling the Shabalalas, These are my blood people. How do I deprive them? You then have an automatic conscience. I can't do certain things. Now, if you are ruling people under the structure of the colonizer, that's where you don't care. Because the power you were given by the colonizer, it means it's fake power. You have no power as a politician on the continent. It's only kings and queens that have the power. Which is why we need to locate the rightful kings and queens. For them to be able to do what they're supposed to do. A lot of things, good things are supposed to happen to us on the continent. We've witnessed, and we know now, we don't believe that politics has failed the continent. Since Nkwame Nkrumah, we are still on the same confusion. Why? Because we are following, or we are returning using a wrong frequency. How can you use a frequency of a hybrid? A politician is a hybrid. So therefore that vibrational frequency is a frequency of an hybrid. Want to satisfy the colonizer. And their people are looking at them for that satisfaction as well. So how can you depend on such people who are internally and spiritually confused as to who they are? They have lost their sense of identity. So we have to return to the tried and tested governing structure, and that tried and tested governing structure has to make the ultimate blow to the colonizers. So, where are they? Do they have the passion that you have for the total liberation of black people? Or are we still going to remind them by teaching them of their responsibility? That's the question that we have. Because yes, we know all royal, kingdoms have their, thrones. People are sitting on those thrones. But what is their responsibility on us? Because it's like they've normalized colonization. They are actually, most of them are part because they are beneficiary of the system. So therefore they cannot liberate us. If you are already receiving benefits from the system, how can you destroy it? It's only a hungry king and a queen that have a clear vision of what needs to happen. Not somebody who has been converted. Their DNA is converted completely. If you were to check, because remember how you heal your DNA by repeating certain positive words, right? Until they become second nature to you. So these people have internalized this colonial philosophy for a long time. So therefore it has converted their DNA as well. So these are critical things that we need to look at when we are talking about, because we are talking about the liberation of all black people. Because we find ourselves in the same situation all over the world. Leaderless. Leaderless nation, and who are the majority in the world. But they lack leadership. The leadership they have, hybrids. The whole continent, we are led by hybrids. So therefore we need to critically look at our governing structure of the future. You can't tell me about a black republic and use Haiti as an example or a reference for me. You can't. There's no republic, for black people. It's only kingdoms. Hey, when you talk about a republic to me, you are saying to me how much you have normalized colonization. It's exactly the same thing with Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is grounded on the basis of changing the Western structure and change the hierarchy. But the system and the structure remains. So what are you talking about? Because those people should be calling for the reinstatement of the royal rule. Because we are all royals. All of us. As Africans, we are firstborn. There could never be any kingdoms in the world without Africans. And any king that sits on the throne without the blessing of Africans is a fake. Because we are the custodians. The Black Queen said, Unomkhululwane. What's a crown? It's the throne. It's the Black Queen. Who is the guardian of the throne. So if you were not blessed by that duality, king and queen of the continent, you are no king at all. So this is what we need to prepare ourselves for. I think at UK we are on the right track because we are on the right vibrational frequency. We didn't go for power. We went for wisdom first. Let us get the wisdom on how the laws that govern the universe operate. You internalize that, you are free. You no longer belong to that slavery category in your mind because you are clear about who you are. You know that the power is in nature. And no physical human manifestation can tell you they're above nature. You reconnect yourself, and we have a reference. Our ancestors did great things because they were still connected to nature. Ever since we were colonized, what have we produced as African people? Instead of being insulted internationally as lazy, dirty, you are dirty, you are lazy. And they say, but you are a charity case. And you believe that. They steal from you and go and develop their own countries with their own resources. Then they call you a third world. Who's the third world? The third world is the thief. Because they wouldn't be in the position where they are without stealing. They stole and they continue to steal. Who gives them access? It's no longer white people who are coming here with guns. They hire one of us who look like us to manage our emotions. Hey, Paula. Paula. Hey, I'm handling the colonizer, so please. That's what they do, politicians, to us. That's their value. Which is no value at all because they come and lie. How can it takes 30 years for you to change Soweto and Alexander? Soweto and Alexander are still like this after 30 years. It's because of these politics who think that we deserve to live like animals. Animals live like us. We are in a concentration camp. And there's nothing wrong with politicians. They sleep without any conscience bothering them because they know you are asleep. You are in an eternal slumber. And that's their advantage, because they continue to gain from your ignorance. So it's about mobilization for the right frequency. We need to demand our royals to wake up from their eternal slumber and take a lead in liberating us. Because those are the only people who can do that. And that will give us a long-term solution. When you have your land, as abo Kumalo, why do you need a vote? Why do you need a vote? You have your land here, and you have the people. Why do you need to vote? Because you unite with one objective, to develop ourselves. And you communicate with other communities, other kingdoms. This is how we are going to form the union, of kings and queens again, reviving the great empire of Kemet. That is where we are going. Hey. Because without that unity, our ancestors saw the importance of uniting kingdoms on the continent to deal with the encroaching colonizer. Now, how do we think Uguti Tina? We are going to be this divided and think and hope that we are going to conquer the colonizer. No, it is the colonizer strategy, divide and rule. Ever since we lost power in Kemet, they've been implementing the same strategy. But what's wrong with Africans? Huh? They don't see. Why are they blind to that obvious strategy? When you tell me what I must hate defender, you are sick in the head. That's my brother. When you tell me what I must hate a Nigerian, we are cool like that because that's my blood. It's like that. Hey, and if we were to chase white people on the continent, all of us, like South Africa, chase all white people, let them go back to their own places, and see if you won't have enough to share with your brothers. You're now concentrating on chasing your own brother to make the colonizer comfortable. That's a wrong vibrational frequency that we have. So we need to change that mindset so that we understand, because when you have self-knowledge, that's when you rise up to this wisdom. Huh? Hey, without a self-knowledge and knowing yourself, you will never, it's like, you remember that guy we had an interview with, who said closer people had no global view. They were just concentrated in Transkei. And they didn't care about what happens in Namibia, in Zambia. They didn't know. That's what he said. That's a victim of colonization, right? And this thing that has been on the news or social today about Malema, articulating the migration of African people. Wrong! It's an idea that was planted by white people. Humanity began here in the south. Then people migrated to the north. Now, when you support that statement of migration from the north to the south, you are supporting these evil colonizers who are saying South Africa doesn't belong to us. That's what you are supporting. That's why DA, we're very happy to hear that statement. Teaching, you see, knowledge is important. And you need to have that knowledge which is from the beginning. You need to understand, and all the information day about the science of beginnings that we find in Mpumalanga. It confirms that the southern part of the continent is the place of origins, the Nebt peak. Now, when you say that we're from Central Africa, we are one with the people in Central Africa, but we started here, migrated to Central Africa, then ultimately Ethiopia, Sudan, and the north. Science confirms that. So, correcting the narrative is very important. You know, it's these politicians who talk without consulting the knowledge keepers. There are so many people who are aware of this history. It's like these colored people who are chasing black people from Cape Town. Are they justified? You can't. Me, I'm one with the Twa, and Twa is the first. I was birthed by the Twa, so you can't separate me. There was no mixing in my DNA. So why do you think you have the right to chase me in my land? Because I was here first. Ignorance, okay? They go and embarrass themselves, you know, trying to please the white people in an interview, saying that black people must leave Cape Town. What about white people who are trying to steal Cape Town from the rest of us? You are in cahoots with them. You are assisting white people. But it will never happen. It will never happen. As long as we are still alive, that nonsense will never happen. And the day we attain our freedom, that's where we go first, Cape Town. Clean it up. Because that's how they came in. We must clean it up. If they have to go back through that hole again, let them do so. It's like that. Otherwise, you know, with all this Bishop Tutu attitude, you won't be okay. You won't be okay. Hey, you need to be decisive. Hey, white people, they must never think that because now they have bribed all politicians to support them, then they must think that just ordinary people like us are agreeing to that thuggery. Huh? Because it is thuggery. If you are to bribe my brother for my brother to sell the land of our family, it's thuggery. My brother, listen, politicians don't have a mandate from all of us. They didn't have a mandate to Kodesa. So it means whatever was agreed upon the Kodesa is null and void. Because the kings were not consulted. Royals were not consulted, the custodians of the land. And we were not. We were just so happy. Freedom drunk. Our leaders are coming out of jail. Huh? And there we are tasting this freedom. Don't you know? We are in a worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Where you put your trust, everything. And, you know, give people that, you know, respect that they will negotiate. In the first place, why were they negotiating? How do you negotiate with a thief? How do you negotiate with a thief? To a point, Uguti, we had to pay these thieves a large amount of money. The ANC went to borrow from the IMF to pay these thieves to let go for our land. That's why we're in this situation that we are in. And most of them, decision makers, are gone. You can't go and wake them up and say, Dr. man, go and reverse. It's upon us now. Hey, the responsibility is upon us that we need to correct. Hey, you can't correct it with the attitude, Gucci. I'm a Democrat. I live in a democratic country. What is democratic about the Republic of South Africa or Republic of Namibia, the Republic of Ghana, Republic of everything on the continent? What's democratic about that? Because all republics are a colonial formation. Before these colonizers and these wishy-washy black people decided to agree to serve the queen, the way they respected the queen. You remember during the funeral, how black presidents were treated?
In a bus.
Because they humiliate themselves and they make us as black people weak. They are portraying weakness when they have to engage with the colonizer. How can you shiver in front of a thief? Huh? Because at that moment, your anger should automatically come and you become this warrior. They must tell with your face that you're not laughing with them. They are thieves. Especially, not only thieves, murderers. Especially the British Empire. The worst killers in the world. Everybody is respecting them. Why you respect murderers and thieves? The gold reserves in that London vault. Who does it belong to? The big diamond where? On that crown. Stolen property. The way when the queen came here, we didn't spare any cent. We treated the queen much more than we treat our own queens and kings. Huh? We rolled a red carpet. We went and bought a special cutler. We spent millions for a fake. You leave the real king and queen here and treat them shabby because they are black. Why? Because you hate yourself. You don't have a self-love. So if you don't have a self-love, why would you love anything black? That's what politicians do. Anything black, they sabotage. 20 years, we've been trying to conscientize them about the calendar. How dangerous for them to leave the rest of the African people misaligned. Do you think they care? They want you in that state so that they are able to control you. And I remember when I'm aligned, I'm magic because I'm harmonizing all the time. I'm aligned. So therefore my life is successful. Success doesn't come from your effort. It comes from alignment. Because when you are aligned, the universe then draws everything towards you. That's the basis of success. No other way. So therefore, we are doing the right thing. You must never think that coming here on a Sunday, because you are motivating other Africans. We have the people in Barbados. We have people in Haiti. We have people in all those islands in the US who are inspired by your relentless effort to conscientize black people and tell them the truth. Because it's only the truth that will heal us. Don't come and lie to us again and say that vote for me in 2026. I'm going to liberate you. I've heard that nonsense before. It's nonsense. Huh? So, what is it that you possess now that you think you can liberate me? How can you liberate me when you are still within the confines of a colonial system? That system was formed by them. We were witnessing. How many court cases are there? People fighting for injustice. In this system, they keep you in court. They rob you openly. Not at night, daylight. Then they know we're going to rush to court. Then they are happy because they are going to frustrate you there. So you mustn't lie to us and say to us, you are going to liberate us from this evil. If you are true and genuine about liberating us, tell us when must we destroy the system. Tell us when. We are ready as black people. We are hardful in the system. Hey, all of us. Nobody wants to bear the system, anymore. Hey, man, now, if you are still want to be loved by Trump, because we haven't changed the system, we haven't touched the constitution. Hey, that's the love you want. And you ignore the real love from your people. Yeah? Imagine a person who can be bold enough, like Taura, and say, I stop everything from today. Let's start from zero. Where's Taura now? He's far. Hey, he's far in the economy. Double digits growth. Just by renegotiating with the thief. Hey, told the thief France, hey, where now? Oh. He wasn't interested or worried about the markets. Hey, he didn't care because he knew Europe and America can't live without African, resources. So, trembling. How the markets are jittering. Investors are going to leave. Let them leave. Let them leave because we don't own the economy. We are less than 5% on the stock market. Less than 5% after 30 years. Shame. Shame on the so-called leaders. How do you lead broke and hungry people for 30 years? You don't make a dent at the stock market. When they talk about black empowerment, they talk about giving shares to our leaders to betray us. That's what they do, white people. Then you find yourself, hey man, these leaders are conflicted. We want to destroy this, they say, because they have a vested interest in the shares. That's why they were so fast and quick in announcing the elections in May. When people were still complaining, man, we are being robbed. What did they say to us? The markets. Because most of these leaders, political leaders, have shares in the GSE. So when the GSE is affected, their value goes down. Then they will fight us and come up with strategies on how to lie to us so that we conform to the markets. That's the sad story in Bugazi about black people. A story that we need to remind ourselves all the time. we are on our own. We have no leaders. We have no leaders that have a passion for black people. Huh? All those people are outside politics, being sabotaged by. How can efforts of re-educating black people as part of a program of decolonization, why are they not supported? Why are they not supported? They are not supported because black people are not supposed to be conscious of the truth of what is happening. We must just be happy and be hopeful. After 5 years, somebody comes and promises, no, me, I'm going to be better than that last year. That's what they say to us. And foolishly ourselves, we don't put them on the spot and say, okay, you want to lead us, tell us what we are going to do. After they commit themselves, we say, sign. Yes. So that in the event of the 3 months, there's no movement in what you promised, we recall you. Hey, whilst you are still in this colonial structure, we need to hold these people accountable. Because they are not accountable to us, they are accountable to people who fund them. Hey, politics is funded by one person. All political parties, whether they lose or they win, that person stands. And you mustn't touch the economy. Yeah, that's why when you ascend to president, you are given a call. Don't dare touch the constitution. They don't only tell you on the phone, you have to go to Europe and America to go and sign. That's why immediately after elections they rush to Europe. What are they doing there? Before they go to Uganda, huh? Before they go to Kenya, why do they go to Europe? It's because all African politics is controlled in Europe. And the strange thing, black billionaires are not funding our politics. Because black billionaires, even though they stole from us, but at least fund these monkeys. So that they are free from a colonizer. Hey, when we cry, we'll come to you, the fund, and say, my guy, why are you funding that guy? Because this guy, this is what he's doing. You will understand us. Huh? Now, if you let white people fund your politics, you're going to be complaining forever. Because whenever they fund you, you must give something back. Nothing for mahala. Hey, where these this guy we invested? What's his name? Yeah?
The founder.
No,
Stephen Kosef.
Kosef and all these corporate guys who were behind Ramaram. How many contracts have they got him? They give him 1 billion. They make 500 billion in return. Who's a fool? Huh? You even hide their identity. You go to court and say, that can't be open. You are embarrassed. You took money from people that make your conscience unsatisfied. Hey, that's why you're afraid. If they are friends, be open. No, Kosef. And that one from Old Mutual. And that one whatever. Just be open. So why are you hiding? Hey, remember, Gucci, you are black. You have a conscience. My art. resides within you. Whatever negativity you are doing to your people, you feel it. Most of them don't have peace, are not like you and I, when we are just free. Hey, if they are not sniffing, they are drinking. On a daily basis to try and silence the voice within, because they know they sold black people. So we must never be like that. Tina here, GK, we live by the dictates of my art. I can't do wrong to my people, right? I can't do wrong. I must be the defender. I must be the one who fights for the restoration of justice for my people. In that way, you live my art. Not any opportunity that comes. It's like when they were to come here, they see that, oh no, this movement is growing internationally. Then they will come at 12. Here's $1 million. Shut up. We'll get you a house in Durban and Cape Town. Just shut up. Using language. I say, these people I know, they hear me, but they don't hear me. Temptation of sense. Cuisine. So you're calculating now. In your head. This is how I'm going to chop the $1 million. Then all of a sudden, you get a notice. Our lectures are gone. Kulu is busy. I'm such a nice story. I'm living in a mansion somewhere. That's how easy. That's how easy. And it has been happening. Remember, there's this guy from this company. It's a resource company listed in the UK stock market. The guy who bribed all presidents here. What's his name? He was associated with Anglo.
Is it Glencoe?
The one from Glencoe. Who's the guy who died? That guy said, when I go to Africa, I carry $1 million in my bag. Because wherever I go, I have to live.
Yeah.
He lived 200,000, you give him a concession of 500 million. That's how stupid Africans have been. And it has been consistent. It never stopped. Even today. Why these black people are behaving like they are crazy? It's because of the money. All of them are billionaires. If we were to do research, you'll find all black politicians are billionaires. I'm not saying Gucci there's anything wrong with being a billionaire, but don't steal us. Don't steal from us and don't sell us for you to get that billion. Otherwise, I won't respect you. I will respect somebody who made $1 billion through their own efforts. Not you slept in a mkuku. You wake up, you own shares in a company somewhere. Huh? Instant billionaire. Sanjani, man. We're with you eating God yesterday. Now you are sending pictures on the WhatsApp or whatever. Six-star hotel. I go. We are in a 6-star hotel. Yesterday we were with you eating God. Let's wait. Poverty is over. I'm living my life. And you forget. everything you do is registered in your heart. Everything you do. The day your soul decides to depart from this body, you're going to be met by Anpu, the guardian of the gate. And your heart is going to be weighed against the feather. If they find your heart, you see, the problem is that people think they are this physical body. We are spirit. And the spirit makes this body animate. Would I be able to walk without the spirit? Never. Hey, so you must never deceive yourself and say, whatever I do in this physicality is not known. Even when you do it in the dark, the air surrounding you in that toilet. It's atoms. And those atoms are conscious and have memory. You thought you are hiding. You're not hiding. Because everything is conscious. So, Maketa, that's the call to action. Maybe some of you, I said it. For you to find yourself in a concentration camp doesn't remove the right that you're supposed to lead a nation somewhere. Right? If you are born with that royal blood, it doesn't matter of your current situation now. If you are called to lead your nation, go. Go back home. Go and look for your royal house so that you are able to activate the things there. And that's all they're waiting for. Just for you to be able to enlighten them. Huh? Make them aware of the things that they were supposed to know. As an example now, kings and queens all over South Africa are not aware of one fact. Ukuthi they have a right to co-govern with government. Good to see you. Hey, so now, these are royals, right? They have a right to co-govern no Rama. In the same floor. Rama is here. I'm a cousin now. Those are things that we should be advising our royals about. Because our people at home in rural South Africa, they have no hope. They think the Mlungu system is the Alpha and Omega. And they are afraid to tackle issues. I know. If I were to go to that premier, that premier will then sabotage my salary. We are now driven and controlled by salary. And you have all the power to make 5 million a month. You settle for a 30,000 salary. What stupidity is that? Hey, I mean, this is what is happening in most because it's like people don't want total freedom. They have by law, even though we know top thoughts. Hey, this law which is not supposed to be. Constitution must be destroyed. We tell it last. This much we're going to Bergfield. That's where we ban things. We are going to burn the flag this year. Hey, we're burning the French flag. Hey, and raise that flag. That's why. flag that should represent all black people is that of the falcon. It should be present in each and every country on the continent because the falcon represents the sun. And the sun is responsible for all animation on earth. Our ancestors were wise to reconnect with the sun, forever giving reverence to the sun. That's why they were so powerful. That's why they were able to achieve, you know what they achieved, because they were connected. So we are going to print. We are going to print a flag that we will be raising as this one is burning. Because this flag is not supposed to be. It's a flag of compromise. Hey, you take the Afrikaner flag, the Amapool, and just add black and the green there. Then that's your flag. Take the anthem. We promised after 94, which is just an interim measure to mix the nonsense, the stem, the Nkosi Sigelel. We were told it's just for interim. Oh, it's a pull on Namsha. Amakwala, Amavara. Who are not bold enough and say, hey, when we tell them the land is going to last for 6 months. So, almost 30 years. Hey, after we promised good land is on last 6 months. It's just for an interim. That's what they said. They are promoting this fake reconciliation. Hey, but no, this stem. Because once nipple this stem, you won't have the bravery of going to church at them. That's why we sang this stem. So why is it still relevant today? It's not relevant. Sibuswa makwala, mavara, who are ready to stand us out at any point. Ufuna ungitshela ukuthi if kungaba nomuntu la, hey ngiyababona futhi ngathi usazozama. Umuntu ozawuqola kulabantu. Futhi nasenzalweni yabo akekho. Because if umdlembe from your DNA, whatever you produce ubudlembe. So we can't look even and have hope ukuthi their children will be better. Huh? Hey, abanye abantu you feel kumele benze nje indlovukazi. Right? Indlovukazi rights at the top of politics. Wayibona lento ukuthi habutsotsi. Wathi habutsotsi lento le. Let us formulate a strategy on how to attack it. Because utsotsi is deaf. Ubaba no mama are pushing. Huh? Ukuthi no, we were in a democratic country, but umama ulayitile. Ebabhekile ukuthi laba bathatheka kalula abakayibukisisi lento uthi mekayithola wabatshela they started attacking it ufuna ukususa ukudla emlonyeni wethu uthikiza shut up. That's what they said to mom. Hey, kurma preparation Malaysia jamani. Hey, indlovukazi yathi amkhulu asi form a foundation so that we are able to teach what we've learned from Ukraine. Because I was with her. As I was going to Babu Ukraine, I was with her. So she was bold enough to come from that home and say, so it's abamzonda abanayo From ekhaya. Angisakhulumi nangaphandle. From ekhaya, because now you are departing from the norm. You are telling us ukuthi umlungu is sokot. Umlungu ingane. Umuntu osethandaza umlungu akubebasi. Wena uzothi ingane. Bathi usilambisa. Abantu abangakwazi ukumela iqiniso. Mina, I'm so glad Indlovukazi was uncorruptible. That's one thing I've experienced. Umuntu kubekwe la. Bamentaza. Man. You could never corrupt Indlovukazi. You could never. Uncorruptible. So that's why white people were very angry when they saw her initiative. But you were no matter, why are you not like your father? That's what they were questioning. But you, Babako, when are you now? What I love, Guti, she transitioned fighting. She was fighting Amapul. Kuma social. Ebatshela ngomhlaba athi asijiki. We want our land. The ANC started attacking her. Hey, to a point ukuthi nabombeki Mr. Ngao paid. Wangenela. Kanti abantu bamdiscipline wabitreat her very fast. So umuntu, there's no excuse ukuthi ngikhulele ekhaya elinjani therefore. Fana labantu laba, I grew up a Christian therefore. You grew up a Christian, yes. Manje, once you've realized the truth, ushalelela. Khona umunye ozela ngemizolo, umkhulu uhash. Athi samufo sabambe ngakhona ngapha manje. Eyasithumeza. Kuthiwa invitation. Angeke vele uneswe. Beluhlaza. Hayi, ekhaya ngapha. Mangela umncane wena ulokhu ufosi kuya ngapha. Uzohlaphoyela kanjani? Ngoba ngapha kumlungu kuyadakwana yonke indimbi libopho. Hey, yonke imbi la. Manje mongicabanga ukuthi njengamanje bathi nekhehla. Lizosilambisa. Lisenza sizonda belu. Kanti akazi lo muntu ukuthi umlungu by nature it's in their DNA to hate black people. You will never be loved by white people. Oh, mkulu, be soft, Sophia. Hey, the violent nature of colonization, how you understand? Huh? Are you not experience the violence of colonization on a daily basis? Compared to what we say, what is more violent? Huh? Ukuvuka nje kwami angikhona nokulala izolo futhi bokwazi angazi bekuduma kuphi. Edela abantu ngubani ujabulani ulvule yazi uzokutha umlungu bekefuna lokho ukuthi sibe frustrated. Every minute you must deal with the frustration. And I have no right to go and tell them to stop. Because one day I'm going to do the same thing. So Melula and the trees and the but that's how I love black people like us. Yes, we don't have problem. Do whatever you want to do, but you must also accommodate other people. When other people do the same thing, you must be able to accept that it's their turn. Now they won't sleep. And in Kina, I think I see one by 3 days. Listen up, 3 days. Bangladesh. Mind you, well, no man told it is comfort, but I understand. It's part of the concentration camp. Because if I was a kilometer away from my neighbor, I wouldn't be disturbed. That is blocking the sound. I'm able to sleep. And there are cows here. And chicken who are assisting with meditation. There's a crown. Huh? If the house is established, it's balanced. Male and female energy accommodated. The grandmother's house is there, the crown is there. You are now fully participating in African spirituality. We are not fully participating here. It's like I'm using a Wi-Fi, right? Because I have to locate them first. When I'm in a place where it accommodates African spirituality, I know when I have a certain problem, where do I go? Because their houses sit opposite each other. Oh, it's a problem that needs my grandmother. I go to grandmother's Idwakoko. Memfuna indoya maketa. Yesbaye. And then Genesbaye Valene Potelanya. Let's drink. You keep them first, then you communicate with them. It's there, I don't have to Wi-Fi. Now in a concentration camp, hey, you look for them sometimes. Connection is not there. Because of the disturbances, there are 5G. There are 5Gs and there are all these areas, covering our places. So please, let us prepare ourselves for this ultimate war. We need to return things to the original state. We are not democrats, we are royals. Hey, you must never be happy. People calling you a democrat because we are making white people comfortable. White people must be uncomfortable because of you. And they must hate you. The more they hate you, the more black people love you. Hey, just like Mumamui. She was hated, but we loved her more than Utata. Because we felt her here. Her pain was here. Yeah, because she's the person who was with us during difficult time. So therefore, let us be ready. Remember that our conquest is going to be achieved through the Spirit. We just go to these cardinal points. These cardinal points are energy vortexes. That's where you empower yourself and strengthen yourself for the continuation of the war of liberation. You can't be just a spiritual and just be doing the arms. You must use the arm to empower you so that you defeat the enemy. Not make a habit for you to be lotus positioned. What are you trying to achieve? I am raising the energy forward. Forward. You need the energy so that you are able to conquer. Hey, that's what we use the energy for. And they don't see us because we are very quiet. We are shielded by the Spirit. They just see us appear and say, "Hi, when did you get here?" It's too late by that time. We are there. Like now, the workings of the Spirit, they must wait just 2 months. They'll see the snake. Like the cobra. You just see it up there. Hey, that's the power of the Spirit. Ever since the Pulukwane, Heka has been happening. Hey, Umoya has put us in places that I get scared myself. How did I arrive here? Huh? And they are not there as a passenger. You are driving the bus. I know. Believe and trust, because it's all about resonance, alignment. When you keep yourself aligned all the time, you won't go wrong. And you won't struggle. We don't suffer and say, and they be begging minister. Minister, I want to see you. You don't do that. We just keep the alignment, the minister will look for us. The Spirit will make or give the minister reasons to want to see us. Hey, we don't beg. We don't beg, that's why we keep our hey, we walked on. Even in the midst of poverty, I've just eaten a quarter, but I'm going to meet a minister. The minister won't see what I've eaten. They will only hear what I say to them. So never worry and say, because I don't have this, therefore I cannot do that. Do whatever you can. But the most important thing, vision. You must know and have a total picture of the destination. And then you keep feeding that picture, because that picture doesn't come on its own. It comes with steps on how to get there. So you immerse yourself in the ways on how I'm going to move from A to B. You see the future in your head first, then the Spirit makes it possible, because your thoughts are creative. Through cymatics or camera, you are creating with your thoughts the reality that you want. If you are creating a reality of Mkuku, that's where you'll be confined. Mkukuini. Hey, remember, there are no boundaries. Dream! Because the more you think like that, is the more you are creating the reality. The only problem is self-doubt. How can I own a mansion when I'm in Soweto, when I don't have anything? Self-doubt. Because everything is an atom. It's already there. Whatever you wish for is there. It's for you to just create the necessary vibrational frequency every time, persistently until that thing manifests. Then you ask Uguti, but Mkolo, with all this, he still doesn't have $1 billion. $1 billion is not in my mind. Something else is in my mind, right? Which is going to give me many billions. But you have to start somewhere and take step by step. By the time you get there, people will think, this one, maybe robbed a bank. So life is like that. There are people who live for money. I don't live for money. Money is there to assist me with everything that I need, but if it's not there, I leave. Because I want to define your life on the basis of money. When there's no money, you are a miserable person. Huh? What is money? Your stolen forest. That's what money is. Your stolen forest. So I don't attach it. I need money for me to be able to pour petrol and take my son to school or wherever. Do you understand? But I don't live for money. I live for a vision. And I live for my desire. Your calling. Hey, this is what drives me. I sleep very late because I am forever inspired. Oh, this idea comes. I have to work on it before I sleep. Downloading is forever happening. Why? Because of alignment. It's all we choose in life. If you are a material person who wants a kush, I will lower for top. What's the foreign names that are colonizing your mind. And the bad thing about these things, really rich people and wear this loud. No, they just wear shorts. He's a billionaire, but they just wear shorts and a t-shirt. They are not loud. But you, black person, having fuck off. You're from Mcook. But you come up with a kush. Where's the sense? When you look at a person, it's 100,000. But the house. Where's the balance there? Hey, because you live for impressing other people. And he's gone. And at that time you lie. Because the people who have, really have, don't talk. Because the minute you talk, you're creating enemies for yourself. You must have $1 million in your pocket and nobody knows. Only you and your loved ones. This thing of announcing, you are creating enemies for yourself. Even your cousin starts going to Mom's shop. Why her? Not me. It's because you created that situation. Hey, your cousin must know what is all the so-called. We are on the same boat, all of us. Then when you happen to have resources to assist, and say, ish, I got lucky, man. I got this little one. Yes. Hey, never fully express what you have. Hey, because that's the source. And never. I know black people love quality. We love quality because we were colonized. In our minds, we're trying to create value. Fake value so that you are recognized. Let's cover my flesh on. Square 2 rooms. We all sleep on the kitchen floor. But we wear flushing in the morning. Why? Because when I'm out there in town, I must keep polishing. You remember those 2 tones? That's the value we're trying to create because we're devalued. White people devalued us and made us feel Uguchi, we have no value. So we're trying to create that value. But now we are wiser. There's no need to impress white people. Which you know, you have money when you don't have. You must live your reality. Stop staying in Sentin when you cannot afford. Every month you are calling me, please. 5,000 to add on my rent. What are you doing there? Come back home. There's no rank responsibility here. We are free as well. I know I want to be seen by the motivers. But you are among the same. And you are not. Stop pretending, man. Hey, and be realistic about your life. So I'll end there, okay? I will end there and really truly request that all of us, can we partner for our royals to wake up from their eternal slumber? Because it is their responsibility to liberate us. So, if we were to liberate ourselves without them, how do we respect them in future? How do we respect them in future? How would they expect respect from us when they left us, when we're fighting the colonized? Sometimes even insulting. They're saying, why you are taking Van der Merwe? Van der Merwe is giving me 60,000 every month. That's why I'm saying they are going to lose respect. Because once black people are able to free themselves without their input, what will be their value in our lives? There will be no value. Ceremonial position. Like Lendo, we had an interview in the 405 about Ngonyama Trust.
Yes.
You saw that interview?
I saw it, yes.
While people have been lying to our leaders, all of us thought that the Zulu royal family have power. And yet they have no power. If they can be told by a commoner who's a minister that I'm going to reverse the decision of the king, where's the power there? It's the same thing with the Republic of South Africa. They lied to us. We are in power. Same thing with Ngonyama Trust. The king dissolved the board. Politics says, we have no right. We have no power to do that. And these people don't realize that they are insulting not only the king but ourselves. How do you reverse the decision of the king? Because you've got to find diplomatic ways to resolve the issue instead of coming out bold with a silly statement as a commoner, telling the king that I'm reversing your decision. That's the pain we have to go through and feel every day from these politicians. What nerve do you have? What powers do you have as a politician to be above a king? What powers do you have? Okokuqala, whether wrong or right, KwaZulu belongs to black people. Therefore, black people have kings in KwaZulu. Right? So if the land that is protected under Ngonyama Trust, the person that is supposed to have the last word is the king. It's not government. How did it end up being a government, run thing? It's controlled by parliament. Ceremonial positions. And the position of being a constitutional king. The minute you agree to be a constitutional king, that's prison. Because you can't oppose government. Even now, he's got no powers to oppose what government says because he's a constitutional king. It comes with silly packages, yes, but it's prison. It's prison. How can you be a constitutional monarch in a structure that is criminal? The Republic of South Africa is criminal. It's a criminal act which must be punished. by royals because they displaced black people. Huh? Now, how do you agree? In front of all of us in the stadium, we are low and everything. They play the British, what's the anthem?
God save the Queen or King.
They played it when they were, huh? Yeah, when the king was, they closed the crown chakra. Hey, commoner says to the king, kneel. They are looking. The king kneels. Hello. A commoner puts a hand on the chakra point. So what do you expect? What do you expect? Because nothing good could have come out of that. Yes, glory, witchcraft, which they were performing in front of millions in the stadium. British witchcraft. They also gave you a ring as a symbol together. Sorry, Makeda. I have to comment on these things because I hate anything that belittles black people. Huh? Anything that makes us weak. Because it's not only the Zulu people who were affected. Black people internationally were disgusted. What are they doing to the king? In front of all of us. When they were doing that ritual, the witchcraft, they were playing the British. Why? In South Africa, there are British soldiers there in uniform. What were they showing us, those people? Then you say that we have, huh? No, guys, let me leave it here. Let me leave it here. Hey, because whatever we hold up there, and when you look at it and say, ah. Huh? And remember, Guti, the truth, the Zulu royal family is the most respected kingdom in the world. Hey, what you demand, they are warriors who don't take nonsense. But what have we seen? What have we seen? And what are that? The Isidozwenti was a warrior king. Because he passed away, he transitioned fighting the system. I remember him saying, I don't even care about your money. Your 30,000. That's how I knew Guti they received 30,000. The king! They give the king 30,000. And it means that. That's how I knew. That's why I mean I'm reminded about the role of King Zwelithini right at the end, which is what I suspect led to his demise, because he was now talking about being independent. He was threatening all those who were trying to take away the land of the Zulu people. And he was open about it. What do you mean? I don't need your salary. Huh? I can live. And then all that time, we were under the impression that the king is in full control of Ngonyama Trust. Until Ukacha revealed something that was, Ukacha revealed Uguti, Echelu, somebody, or somebody, what? Remember Uguti, all the palaces in KwaZulu are owned by government. not the royal family. You see the problem? We see all these mansions and these palaces by the king. We say, oh, the king is well taken care of. But those are assets under government. They are under the Department of the property. Huh? No, God don't miss it. Mercy, one, two line, mercy. Even what's that department? Hey, that's the department. But all assets, the government, they belong to that department. So people must stop lying to us. That's all I'm saying. Because we're all under the, especially now, this was a true test, the Ngonyama Trust issue. I wanted to see who's going to finish this. I'm disappointed politics finish it. Because as the board is reinstated, they're starting tomorrow. Whatever His Majesty said, it means fuck off. He's going to be forced to bow down to the chairperson and the CEO of the board. That's why I say sometimes we black people have lost the conscience. How do you become a partner in something that disrespects a king? How do you become a partner in that? Outside of conscience, this person represents something big, not only for abantu around, but for black people generally. For me to go and humiliate this person, I'll be humiliating black people internationally. Because we are exposing Guti, our king is just a ceremonial position he's holding. He holds no power. Who's the Minister of Land or whatever? You know where PAC? Oh, West. West. Who is disrespecting blackness? From PAC, I would understand if it was an ANC minister. I would say, oh no, God, the names. But no, it's from PAC. They should have a better understanding of the position of the king. Why does he allow himself to be used to humiliate our king? Well, Kuchikwenzakala is a king. Despite whatever, he still holds that a thing. I wouldn't expect from somebody from Ipok, PAC, to be disrespecting our king like that. I know I'm going to reverse your decision, your majesty. Some Israeli majesty. Why are you even, giving that pseudo respect at the end? When you've shown disregard and disrespect internationally. That's why all these people who talk nice. No, inappropriate, you must check them. Some of them are married to white people. I know! Some of them, their wives were Poco. When you check the wives and say, I know. How does it? You with this militancy, you go and marry there. Something is wrong. Yeah, because we know some of them who married were very vocal before the marriage. But after the marriage, hey, there's a pillow talk, which I better. You can't be against white people because I'm going to give birth to your children. You're silent, huh? When I was very no longer visible. Why? Because now you are governed. Can't tell us that was possible. Ngibona amagubho amakhekhe afuna isiguli. Oh, sifuna siye. Thokoza. Text. Thokoza.
Just asking him a question as a comment. So, for me, I'm going to put that in so how are they going to since it's a
Usho naive ke.
national government?
Yebo kankanqo. Khare whatever.
So it's just to put imagine more man.
Man.
It's not the same.
Fake,
It's
yeah.
not the same.
Fake. They were trying to accommodate blackness in what they had already done, selling us. Bayolanda amapholi lapha bathi yanisitshele kusho ukuthini ukuthi hayi sisonke. Isikhoyi. Amakhoyi abatshela xa banini. Now they feel better about it. But Kesa, all of us on the continent, we are children of the sun. Sinamalangeni, Makaranga. So therefore, our symbol should always reflect the sun. So this is Sazoela. Sazoela. Not given a great power of Kemet. It will just be a symbol and a managing a symbol that's supporting. But giving reverence to the sun as the only escort in our lives.
So Mama, so my question was if one of we have never had any presentation, okay, but when is the day? Focus, we never see the but as we push it on, I think now, even though it will take time, and putting
No, sure.
but I think putting it together, it will make sense.
No, sure, because you don't need, actually neither, it just both. It's the falcon carrying the sun on the head, right? This is how originally it was. So, born influence, I suspect, is the American eagle. Hey, they are not here. They are not here in terms of the falcon. Because they want to mimic whatever America does. So it's just a miniature. Remember, Gucci, they are Masons, these presidents. All of them. Yeah, we saw them with black gold, all of them. Zuma, Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, all of them. When they were being united in Britain. So they come with that exoteric knowledge without explaining it to us. Why using that bed? Have they given an explanation? And to even describe it, what bed is it? So we are ruled by Masons, people who are initiated by white people, so that they are forever loyal to the white cause. Then they look down upon Amapeso. Have you ever heard, or do you think Mbeki would go Pesio? Thabo Mbeki. But he was bold enough to go to Britain and be initiated by fake people. All of them. So therefore, he learned of self-hate. And when you then analyze their position, Labantu needed to go from jail and exile. They needed to go to Asa so that they understand. You see, slow English gentleman in an African setting. Thomas. Say, Thomas. Oh, it's not only the tambourine there. Sometimes the Umoya makes magic. I was called by the chairman of the Heritage Council. So I had a meeting with them over the phone. We're talking about exactly the same thing. Uguti, all of our sacred sites must be taken care of. Cleaning, maintaining, zonke. So all that is under Heritage Council. But now Heritage Council have been doing more of political heritage. So I told them, lessen a bit in terms of political heritage. Look at our sacred sites in Zaloela, the oldest stone calendar. You compare to, let's say, Britain in Stonehenge. Look at the condition of Stonehenge and look at Inzalo. The condition of Stonehenge is 5 times better than this. To avoid Uguti, politicians don't care about the sacred site. Remember, Guti, if you have been twisted, you no longer believe in nature. So when somebody comes to you and tells you about the sacred site, what are you going to say? Because you are governed by Jesus. What are you going to say? So it means the people who are in such a position of power and influence, probably most of them are Christians. That's why they don't care about our sacred sites. That's the unfortunate part. But Moya is fixing it. We are going to start somewhere. I think the first place we should start at, our spiritual capital in Zalela. That's what we need to clean, so that it's much more better than that thing. And we build a temple there that when we go there, we mustn't be using a mustard. Hey, we must be under a permanent structure. Hey. And they must say, I told them, Muguti, Inzalwela is controlled by a department that is not suitable to control Inzalwela. Imagine heritage here to it under fisheries, water, fisheries and what? Hey, sanitation and fishing. And the history, heritage, where do they live? So we have to move that heritage or that asset from that department. Fortunately, Labantu Base fishery, especially which we intend to look, that responsibility from them into another department. I need you, kamvikeli kahle anisela amasiko kahle manje wani balekela ibhuku
years, 2,400 years. So now there seems to be this alien contact and extraterrestrial interaction. To the point where we took this in the US, there's been this from someone located at the museum. And there's been a lot of sightings that have been talked about. How does that connect with our Zamazamo? What should we do about with our because activity the year we got to go exciting and is that all
it's all related. All signs are there. We are transitioning. We are moving from the age of Pisces into Aquarius. All signs are there. Planets are aligning, which have been aligned in that manner for a very long time. Like the alignment that is coming on the 25th of January. All inner planets and outer planets are going to be in alignment, straight line. That signifies because that hasn't happened in a long time. So everything is governed by cycle. And all the time, when there is a change, okay, this is what I need to talk about as well. Remember, Guti, there is what the magnetic field of Earth. It changes poles, right? So when that change happens, there's transformation. There are signs on Earth, your earthquakes, your flooding, your storms, whatever. So we might not feel it physically, but when that transformation happens, it happens. Where now, those poles where, this reminds me of something else. There's another argument that we might be in the north. Everything is upside down, right? And there's a book that you must get. It's called The Code of Ophir. The Code of Ophir. O, that's it. P-H-I-R. Get that book. It will explain the importance of this place. And this guy even makes an example with the compass, right? Remember that light poles repel, opposites attract. So why is the compass pointing us north instead of south? Because north repels north. So everything is twisted. But for now, let us accept this evolution. Everything is evolving, right? This comes with change. The biggest change that we are going to experience, the rising levels of consciousness. The rising levels of interest into spiritual matters, right? Those people that thought Amadlozi are demons are now going to embrace Amadlozi. Because we are in that period of Set. Who said was very destructive? Who said was controlling like old age? That's it. No, you're Pisces. Yeah. Who said controls Pisces? That's why our rule ended when Pisces was introduced or started. So it was meant to happen because it was a period of chaos. And you can never find order without chaos. Now we are from chaos. We now enter order, which is ruled by Ma'at. Ma'at demands order, structure. So if you have the evil thoughts of saying, I won't survive the sun. You won't even move over unless you are able to change. It's all about changing consciousness. Uguti now, I need to introspect. I need to self-police. I can't lie. Huh? I can't cheat. Huh? I can't rob people. I can't benefit from somebody's effort. So this is the dictate of this age. If you are used to all this trickery, it's not going to work because you are going to be frustrated. Everything you do is going to be revealed. That's the dictate of my art. It demands you to self-police. You don't need a neighbor, a friend, to say to you you are doing something wrong. You must know internally that whatever I'm doing now, whatever decision I've taken is wrong. And you refrain from that if you want to be successful in the next age. Africa is on the rise. We are going to rule this world again. We're going to rule this world again because we are in that cycle. Remember the golden age of the continent. We lost when the set took over. Now we are returning to that wisdom again. That is why most of us are so passionate about knowing our past, so that we are able to prepare for the future. So it's like that, all signs are there. My art is dictating everything, this age. So that all of us balance and order. There's going to be order and harmony in the world. Because parents are going to rule again, not children. White people are children. That's why they're so destructive. They break everything they come across. So parents are rising up to rule again. And there will be order and harmony and love. There won't be color differences again. Because we never had that. It's only them with their evil thoughts who said you are black when you are white, when you are pink, you are whatever. Because of the divide and rule. But it's not saying that we must forget about the generation of Yakub. We must always be conscious that the other people are a creation of Yakub. So evilness is embedded in their DNA. They will never change. But all the other people who are not a generation of Yakub, we are going to live in harmony with those people. And the generation of Yakub was given 6,000 years. That's why Trump and Elon are worried about the numbers, dwindling numbers of white people. That's why they are going to stop all their abortions, whatever, all to force people to make babies. That's what they are saying, Trump and Elon. I might need babies. Our numbers is dwindling, you know? In no time, 10 years, it's possible. White people will be a minority. Not only in Europe, America, and all over the world. Because their numbers, it's their size that tells us their numbers are going down. Meaning which their time is up. Yakub gave them 6,000 years. And that time is up. So if you want to nyauga with them, Now we want harmony and peace and prosperity as African people. We are going to be rich because new designs of technology are going to be started here on the continent. Even new designs of construction are going to come from us. Hey, these people, they thought, these are just slaves. These are the true civilizers. We gave the world civilization. And that is in our DNA. You can destroy our libraries or do anything, but that won't affect us because the knowledge we carry it with us. It comes through divine inspiration. Somewhere. Hey, that is the library. You can burn the physical library. We don't care, but we will always survive. Okay. Imhotep, the greatest of the continent, the person who is a living manifestation of Jehuti, the person called Thoth in the Emerald Tablet. I believe Imhotep was a reincarnation because in the Emerald Tablet, Thoth said, I reincarnate at will. I occupy any body, any time. Do you understand? So therefore, Imhotep left that. When Imhotep passed away, Babu Credo was born. So I believe Babu Credo was the reincarnation of Imhotep. Those are great souls when I tell you. You can't compare with the evil Yakub. Yakub grew up experiencing Yemusha. Yakub was exactly like Musha because he had a big head, 2 brains or whatever there. So everybody was making jokes. And that thing became slung, I saw, inside him. And a vow to revenge for all those that make him feel bad. He vowed and said, I'm going to create the most evil creature in the world. What did he do? What? That's it! That's where he was positioned. Caucasian mountain. That's why we call them Caucasian. Because they are a result of the evil Yakub who put us in trouble. Because Yakub was treated badly, he retaliated by creating this evil race. I've never experienced. Other nations are evil because they want to copy from white people, but white people, man, I dreamt they are evil. To a point that I convinced myself there's no way anybody will change them. I used to be close to white people when I was still wearing a normal tie. At the GSE there, I used to be close to white people. I know how they think. I used to be close to white people in politics. I know how they think. All of them are in politics so that they are able to safeguard their interests in the first place. In the GSE, all of them they believe black people don't deserve to make money. You start with them, they use you. Oh, this is my partner, whatever. But when money comes, trouble starts. All of them are like that. They just use us. So that's why I decided that it is futile to want to beg for love from an evil person because they are incapable of loving. Hey, the evilness is in their DNA, so therefore I conclude that the white people are evil and they will never change. So it's like that. It's like that, cat. And we are cool, impinged. We are cool. But we wronged him by laughing at him. Was he not brutal?
He was.
Why?
The heart.
Yithi yami simthuka sithi wena mntwana onjani njani ukhula ngaleyo fezendlebe yonke all this negative. He grew up this age yakhula yamenza waba namandla and strong and brave wa challenge ibhubesi mesizwe sazi noma ulidubulile because he had a gun. We'll never know. Mhlawumbe wathi ba wasebamba umkhonto all we know thina ukuthi mina love Dingan as much as Dingan kills my great grandfather uMatiwa, but I love him because uJojo Belu. Sure, Jojo Belu. Why bampromote yanga? Ausbus. Why bamthanda kuno Dingan? They hate Dingan. Every time they talk about Dingan, hey Dingan this, Dingan over Georgia. Hey, over George. Baziphindisela kuphi ngempi yaseNqome, the Blood River. That's when they made a revenge. But Dingan is my. He was a coward. Dingan was the first person to apply guerrilla warfare. Hey, wazuma wonke amakhosi. Dingan killed more kings than any other king. Because bekawazuma. Salele nje kusuka ufike lapho ngikhabunga ngathi okay. Waqedile amakhosi finish Dingan. Elokho wathathela angithi beke basawubaqonda. No. Once we are drunk, we are sleepy, then he comes and attacks you. That's how we finish most of them. So Dingan ubeyilendwa yiyo. And if uzwa a story, because sometimes when you get a story told by white people, they will always favor their narrative. But you get a story which kuze kanjani umkabayi kaJama and of God kuze kanjani, why did umkabayi kaJama come up with a plot? What was wrong with Ushaka? What was wrong? Huh?
He was captured.
He was going astray.
Yes.
No, that's the truth. Manje umkabayi wathi amanga. Manje uzothengisa isizwe. Sibhekile, thulile. Wabiza umbopha. Usidinga, kuthiwa nani? Nalithuli. Siyamqatha lo. The Zulu nation hated umkabayi kaJama until today. But we've never heard of victories Gashaka over Belu. We've never. And we will never hear. What you hear is because it's what you hear ukuthi uShaka bekehlasela amanye amakhosi abantu abamnyama. Where did you get the gun from? Huh? Where did you get the gun? So we need to tell the right history and love the right people. Hey, yes, Bamzon Tingan, but in Pinja. Hey, Bala. Myself.